Warriors Abyss. I mean, do I even need to say anything? It's a Dynasty Warriors game, and it's over the top, and it's a roguelike. It takes a play straight out of Hades' handbook in the style of game that it is. And I've gotta say, I've been eyeing this game for weeks now. Every time I jump on my PS5 and I see it in the news section or on the front page of the store, but I had no idea what this game was about, and I didn't really care because it was a Warriors game. And I have such good memories of some of those older games on my brother's PS2 when I used to sneak into his room and steal it for a day when he wasn't home, that I eventually cracked and bought this game when it was on sale. And I had decided I wanted to play this next. So after I finished Astro's Playroom, I decided to download this game and give it a try. I was definitely pleasantly surprised with how my experience turned out, especially since how it started out. And honestly, I wasn't having a ton of fun at first, but we'll save that for later in the video. Anyways, my name is Mitch and welcome to GamerRN. If you enjoy the video, feel free to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into the video. Hold on real quick. If you have never heard of this game or any of the games in the Dynasty Warriors series, Warriors Abyss is a roguelite spin-off in the series Dynasty Warriors. And in this game, you'll have control of close to 100 different warriors where you'll be able to traverse through 4 different zones in hopes of defeating a demon that has taken over the underworld. Similar to Hades, this game takes its own spin on some things, but a lot of things are similar in some ways. You'll have access to a bunch of different weapons and skills, and you'll even be able to make alliances with other heroes from different Warriors games or some other notable series that you'll see in this. To start off the platinum journey, I started off by trying to find a guide to give me a rough estimate of how long this game would take me. The only guide I really found was from PSN Profiles, which gave me a rough estimate of about 35 hours to finish the platinum within this game. Now look, I want to say this now so I don't have to mention it later. At first, this game felt like it was a huge drag and felt like it was never going to end. It truly felt for like the first 10 runs or so that I wasn't achieving anything. I mean, sure, I was earning trophies left and right, but it took me a while to really understand what was going on in the game and the different stats within it. But whatever, let's get to the trophy hunt. I booted the game up and made it through the basics, and I learned how to play the game. After my first official run, I managed to make it to the first stage's boss, and I got stopped. But that's the point of these games. You die and you come back stronger. So I went to the Hall of Heroes and I decided to unlock a few different heroes, and I also unlocked my first formation and got the first trophy, Up and Coming Strategist. With the first trophy, it locks us into the run for the platinum. Now the next thing I did was play the game again, and after getting to the boss again, I lost again. But I managed to unlock some more heroes for use, and eventually got the trophy Bonded Souls for unlocking 10 different characters. After a few more runs and a few more losses, I eventually got another trophy, Hell's Breadwinner, for collecting 10,000 Tears of the Blood. Within the next run or so, I managed to collect 5,000 Karma Embers for the trophy Flickering Embers. After I finally unlocked a few more heroes to give myself an advantage within it, I finally managed to traverse the first stage, and after defeating the boss, I got the trophy Traverse the Blazing Waste. Actually, on the same run, I managed to get through the second boss on my first try, and I actually got the trophy Traverse the Glacial Wilds. I made it into the third stage and actually lost on the first floor, which sucked, but this was my furthest run, which meant I could now purchase more heroes, which meant better runs for the future. I actually got the trophy Company of Souls for unlocking 20 different characters. In my next run, I actually managed to take out my 5,000th enemy for the trophy Veteran Warrior. After a couple more runs or so, I managed to collect 20,000 Karma Embers and got the trophy Glowing Embers. After a few more attempts, I finally managed to get through the third area and got the trophy Traverse the Bloodstained Realm. Honestly, after that, it was just a bunch of consistent runs, trying to get better and better and unlocking more heroes. During these few different runs, I did manage to get a few different trophies though. Hell's Bankroller for earning a total of 40,000 Tears of the Blood. I also managed to use the Assemble skill to earn a total damage of over 500,000, which honestly, this was pretty difficult for me. I'm not exactly sure why. I also managed to finally beat the 4th and final level and got the trophy Traverse the Desolate Expanse. I finally made it to Guma, the final boss, and I lost. He didn't really seem super difficult, but I was already super low health, and not knowing much about him, I managed to lose, and you know what, it's fine, we can make it back. But since this was the furthest I had made it, I managed to earn a lot of different embers, which meant I could unlock a ton of different stuff. So I managed to unlock 5 different formations for the trophy Seasoned Strategist. I also got the trophy Congregation of Souls for unlocking 30 different characters. I then got the trophy Radiant Embers for acquiring 50,000 Karma Embers. I also kept trying for a few different attempts to finally have my first win, but unfortunately, before I could achieve it, I actually got the trophy Never-Ending Thorny Path for suffering 10 defeats. Okay, look, I've struggled for a while with this game. Having been through a few different attempts now, I got a few more trophies though, so that's a bonus. The first being Crowd of Souls for unlocking 40 different heroes. The next one was Hell's Plutocrat for acquiring 100,000 Tears of the Blood. Then Unstoppable Warrior for defeating my 50,000th enemy. Going back into the Hall of Heroes, I unlocked my 50th character for the trophy Resonating Souls. I also managed to earn 1 million damage utilizing the Assemble skill for a trophy. Finally, after 12 runs of pure agonizing defeats, and I really mean that because on my 11th attempt, I had the boss down to a small amount of health, and I still managed to lose. So finally, after those 12 long, hard, and grueling runs, I finally managed to defeat Guma and collect my first win. And with that came the trophy, Sleep Guma. Now, one of the longer trophies in this game requires you to beat Guma with 20 different heroes, which means I'm going to be playing this game for a bit. Now, as a parent who works full time, I don't exactly have a ton of time, and when I do have extra time or do want a game, I sure didn't want to spend my whole time going for 19 more wins. But I'm a slight masochist and truly hate not finishing something all the way through, so I couldn't see myself starting something new or going to something else, like going back and playing Fallout 76 in between while I was doing some runs. So I sucked it up and went for all 19. And each one got easier and easier along the way, and I'm not going to sit here and bore you to death with how each run went, but I will tell you all the remaining trophies I got while performing all these different runs. On my second victory, I managed to perform an Assemble skill that managed to exceed over 1.5 million for the trophy Annihilating Blow. I unlocked 10 formations for the trophy Genius Strategist. I also managed to unlock literally everything in the Hall of Heroes before my 10th win, so I got the following trophies: Trusted Souls, Synchronized Souls, and Sky Full of Bright Soul. With that, I was done unlocking all the characters available in the game, which was super fun to see the base game characters and all the characters they had added in from other series. Unfortunately, there are so many characters that there is absolutely no way I could experience all of them, because I do not see myself playing this past the 20th win. I also managed to defeat 100,000 enemies at some point during these runs, which managed to get me the trophy Champion of Warriors. After a span of roughly 2.5 days, I managed to achieve my 20th win, but during those runs, I got 3 more trophies: Gouda's Nemesis, Guardians of the Underworld, and King's Right Hand, which meant all that was left now was to lose 18 more times. And I didn't exactly feel like joining and waiting to be defeated by enemies, because that was going to take forever. And I didn't want to play on harder difficulties and see how far I would get, because honestly, like I said, I didn't want to spend any more time on this game than I needed to. But I did notice that in one run earlier, that when I quit the game and I returned to the main menu, I had the same death animation on the screen, which meant it would count towards my overall amount of defeats, and turns out it did. Which now meant I needed to just quit the game 17 more times, and honestly, I'm not going to sit here and make you suffer and watch me save quit for 17 times. So eventually, after like 20 minutes or so, I managed to collect the final 2 trophies I needed for the platinum: Constant Setbacks for suffering 20 defeats, and Eternal Hell for suffering 30 defeats. And that is exactly what this game felt like towards the end. And with that final one came the platinum trophy, Unrivaled Hero. And with that, we were finally done. So how was the platinum trophy for Warriors Abyss? And honestly, it was pretty easy. I mean, the game is time consuming, right? Like, it took me roughly 33 hours for a super easy trophy list. None of these really had me thinking, how am I going to beat this or get this trophy? But it took me roughly 40 minutes per run, and 40 minutes at 20 wins is an insane amount of time. And it's not like they're crazy challenging. They honestly get easier and easier as time goes on and you unlock these different characters. I enjoyed my time with this game, and it was a ton of fun to try to go for the platinum, up until it wasn't, with just the repetitiveness and how nothing really changed and everything was exactly the same. I definitely think I'm going to be playing another roguelite here in the near future. Hey, that's for a different video, right? And this is my platinum review of Warriors Abyss, and if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button, comment any games or series of games that you want to see me platinum or 100%, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.